RSS chief's big harmony message. Mohan Bhagwat says, stop Mandir Masjid fight.
आपसात नीट वागा, नियम कानून पाळून चाला. आणि म्हणून या वर्चस्ववादाचा, कट्टरपणाचा विसर पाडून स्वतःला या देशाच्या सर्वसमावेशक संस्कृतीशी एकरूप झालं पाहिजे.
Opposition welcomes RSS harmony message.
मैं बिल्कुल सहमत हूँ उससे इस विषय पर. मैंने पहले भी कहा था कि सारे मस्जिद के नीचे अब शिवलिंग ढूंढने की खोजने की कोई जरूरत नहीं.
But Akhilesh says, too late.
जब 5 लोग मर गए, न जाने कितनों पे झूठे मुकदमे लग गए, न जाने कितनों को अपमानित होना पड़ा है, घरों में पुलिस गई है, महिलाओं के साथ अपमान का व्यवहार हुआ, तब कह रहे हैं कि हर मंदिर को नहीं खोदना चाहिए.
End Mandir Masjid fights pitch. Top focus on 6 p.m. Friday.
RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat has sent across a big message of harmony. It's not the first time that he's done it. But the RSS chief, knowing full well that right now you're seeing this heated Mandir Masjid debate and controversy almost over every single iconic or known mosque site, has said that now it's time to stop this. Now, the RSS chief is referred to the Ram Mandir agitation, saying that was something that had no political color and it was important for Hindus to have that site. But he said that to create a Ram Mandir-like dispute over every single mosque is uncalled for and shouldn't be done. This message from the RSS chief, which is something he said before, has in fact got the opposition, the BJP, all coming out and hailing it, endorsing his comments.
Amid rising Mandir Masjid disputes, Mohan Bhagwat calls for harmony. The RSS Sarsang Chalak warned aspiring Hindu leaders against stirring up disputes over places of worship across India.
सगळं राम मंदिर झालं पाहिजे, ते होत आहे. हिंदूंची श्रद्धास्थान हिंदूंना वाटतं. परंतु असं केलं म्हणजे हिंदूमध्ये नेता होता येतं म्हणून किंवा अतिरेकी भूतकाळाच्या ओझ्याच्या परिणामामुळे अतिरेकी तिरस्कार, द्वेष, शत्रुता, संशय याच्या पोटी रोज एक नवीन प्रकरण काढणे हे कसं चालेल, हे नाही चालणार.
Advocating unity, Bhagwat said that the world needs to know Indians can live together.
शेवटी आपण आपलं सोल्युशन काय आहे, जगाला आपल्याला दाखवायचं आहे की आपण सगळे एकत्र नांदू शकतो. आपल्या देशात त्याचा छोटासा प्रयोग झाला पाहिजे. तो प्रयोग करताना आहेत आमच्या या सगळ्यांना सामावून घेणाऱ्या अनेक पंथ संप्रदायांच्या विचारधारा आमच्या इथे आहेत.
Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav took a jibe on Bhagwat, calling the advice a bit too late in the day.
जब 5 लोग मर गए, न जाने कितनों पे झूठे मुकदमे लग गए, न जाने कितनों को अपमानित होना पड़ा है, घरों में पुलिस गई है, महिलाओं के साथ अपमान का व्यवहार हुआ, तब कह रहे हैं कि हर मंदिर को नहीं खोदना चाहिए.
Congress MP Shashi Tharoor, however, endorsed Bhagwat's message of peace.
अब वो बिल्कुल ठीक ही कहा. इतिहास तो इतिहास है, बहुत कुछ हुआ है 500 साल पहले. अरे 21वीं शताब्दी में हमारे आज के जनता को क्यों तकलीफ दे दे इसके बुनियाद में. मेरे ख्याल में अभी हम भविष्य के बारे में सोचने का वक्त आया है.
Bhagwat's big message of unity comes ahead of a Supreme Court deadline for the Narendra Modi government to give its view on petitions challenging the Places of Worship Act that bars claims on temples and masjids and keeps the status quo as of August 15, 1947. Bureau Report, India Today.
There's a reason that right now the RSS chief has made these comments saying don't target every single mosque, because that's literally happening in the country right now. There are about 10 plus cases pending in different courts seeking that under a mosque find out if there was a temple, and most of these petitions are filed by Hindu sides. Let's break down some of the ones that have been talked about of late. In Varanasi, the Gyan Vapi Masjid, a plea has been filed in the Supreme Court for a survey by the Archaeological Survey of India of the sealed area. Gyanvapi, of course, has been a big bone of contention. The area where the shivling was found in earlier survey was sealed off as well. Now, this was where the Wazu Khana was in the mosque. The Supreme Court stayed the survey ordered by the High Court. This is in Mathura, the Shahi Eidgah Masjid, where in fact the Hindu side has said this is the Krishna Janmabhoomi. Ensure that that particular area is given back to us. Now, as far as Sambhal in Uttar Pradesh, which we've been seeing in the news, is concerned, the Jama Masjid there, the survey was done by the orders of a local court. But that, of course, has been stalled now in the sense that we don't know what the survey has found. Then you have the Jama Masjid in Agra, again hugely famous, an international site for tourism. A plea has been filed in a High Court seeking an archaeological survey of India site look. Now, the Bhojshala, which is in Dhar of Madhya Pradesh, ASI survey has already been done on the orders of the High Court. But remember, right now, there's a pause that's been pressed in this particular case too. In Karnataka, Srirangapatna, the Jama Masjid there too is in controversy. There's a plea that's been filed in the Karnataka High Court seeking a survey. The court is still hearing that case. The Ajmer Dargah in Rajasthan, again hugely famous. A plea has been filed in a local court seeking survey. Based on this particular plea, a notice has been issued to relevant authorities, so we'll have to see what really happens there. The Atala Masjid in Jaunpur, a plea has been filed in a district court for Hindus to have the right to worship and to offer prayers there. It's been challenged in the High Court. So a lot of back and forth as far as the Atala Mosque is concerned. In Badaयूं, again, this is in Uttar Pradesh, Jama Masjid, the plea has been filed in a local court for Hindus to be able to offer prayers. I've listed just a handful of petitions essentially that are in the courts. There are many more such petitions, pleas that have been filed seeking surveys. And essentially, after surveys, can anything happen? We don't know just yet because of the Places of Worship Act. Now, the Places of Worship Act, if you know the details, is an act that essentially stops the character of a place of worship being changed after a certain date. So how is it that these kind of petitions are being filed where they're questioning if these areas are actually mosques or temples? I explained that for you in the next report. With Hindu-Muslim tensions and mosque-temple spats ruling the news cycle, there's a heated debate on judicial rulings on these issues. And at the heart of it is the Places of Worship Act. The Places of Worship Special Provisions Act 1991 was enacted, yes, in 1991, at the peak of the Ram Mandir agitation, and essentially states that the religious character of any place of worship as it existed on August 15, 1947 must be maintained. Here's the most important part of the Act. Section 3 of the Act bars the conversion in full or part of a place of worship of any religious denomination into a place of worship of a different religious denomination, or even a different segment of the same religious denomination. To dump it down for you, essentially, if it's a Muslim place of worship, it can't be converted into a Hindu place of worship. The law, which has been a part of the Congress's 1991 election manifesto, was meant to put to bed all controversies arising out of the alleged historical conversion of a place of worship. Now, while introducing it in Parliament, the then Home Minister S.B. Chavan had said, and I'm quoting what he said, the enactment of this bill will go a long way in helping restore communal amity and goodwill. But it's important to also note here that the Babri Masjid Ram Janmabhoomi dispute was specifically kept outside its purview, outside this Act's purview, as the dispute was already sub judice when this law was passed. The Supreme Court itself had, in its 2019 verdict in the Ayodhya title suit, read the guarantee offered by the Places of Worship Act as part of the basic structure of the Constitution. I'll just read out for you the Supreme Court ruling, an important line here. The state has, by enacting the law, enforced a constitutional commitment and operationalized its constitutional obligations to uphold the equality of all religions and secularism, which is a part of the basic structure of the Constitution. So why then are there even petitions being filed seeking conversions of places of worship and surveys and whatnot? That's because of what happened in the Supreme Court in August 2023. The then Chief Justice D.Y. Chandrachud led a bench which permitted a survey to be carried out at the Gyanvapi Mosque in Varanasi to examine whether the mosque has been built on a temple. So does that essentially go completely against the Places of Worship Act? Not really, because here's what the ex-CGI said. While noting that there could be no conversion of the place, Chandrachud said the structure's original character, as he put it, could always be determined. This essentially means that an inquiry into what the nature of the place of worship was on August 15, 1947 can be allowed, even if that nature can't be subsequently changed because of the act. But then, it wasn't just Gyanvapi. Later that year, a local court in Mathura admitted a plea seeking the transfer of the land of the Shahi Idgah Mosque in the city to a Hindu trust for the construction of a temple at the Krishna Janmabhoomi, leading to a heightened chorus of Ayodhya Jhaki Hai, Kashi Mathura Baki Hai, which essentially translates to Ayodhya is done, Kashi and Mathura are pending, are next. So while the title suits essentially claiming access or the right to worship in Varanasi and Mathura continue, there's also, interestingly, a constitutional challenge to the Places of Worship Act 1991 that's pending before the Supreme Court. The Apex Court currently has before it 4 separate petitions that challenge the Act itself, that challenge the Places of Worship Act. In September 2022, a bench that was headed by then CJI UU Lalit had directed the government to file a response on its stand within 2 weeks on this issue on the Places of Worship Act. 2 years on, however, the centre is yet to actually file its affidavit. So even as the Union Government and Apex Court are taking their time on this issue, several pleas have been filed before high courts, before local courts, seeking surveys of mosques. Not to change the place of worship, but to determine what exactly stood there before. In Agra, there's a plea seeking an ASI survey of the Jama Masjid. In Karnataka, a plea seeks a survey of the Jamia Masjid in Srirangapatna. In Rajasthan, a plea claims that a Shiva temple lies below the Ajmer Dargah. Surveys have been conducted of the Jama Masjid in Sambal and of the Bhojshala in Dhar, Madhya Pradesh, and that list goes on. And let's see if the RSS chief's message actually puts an end to all of these disputes and controversies that we see arising every single day over a different mosque, a different place of worship. Let's move on to another story that came in, a heartbreaking one from Jaipur, where 11 people died after a collision of 2 trucks, one with CNG, the other with LPG, and it happened right next to a fuel pump. That led to those images that you see right now on your screens of a massive ball of flame that spread, literally a wave of flames across that petrol pump, leading to 11 people dying and over 40 being injured. Now, this has, in fact, led to questions also about how this kind of a collision took place. We'll break all that down for you in our next report.
A shocking tragedy in Jaipur after 2 trucks collided near a fuel pump. The video on your screen showing the deadly damage due to the crash as waves of flames engulfed the fuel pump. What led to this extent of a blaze was that the 2 trucks that collided were a CNG and an LPG filled truck.
This LPG tanker collided with a CNG truck. You can see how drastic the collision was. The fire which erupted because of this collision spread in an area of several meters. You can see the factory on my left hand side which got engulfed because of the fire. There are several other vehicles which also got engulfed due to the fire. There are several fire ambulances also in this area which have been passing from here. Right now the situation is quite fluid out here.
Several dead, over 40 injured as those in the fuel pump and vehicles parked close by bore the brunt. Some lived to tell the tale. Nothing short of a miracle that they survived this place.
मैंने देखा, मैं जब ड्यूटी आ रहा था बाइक से तो एकदम से धमाके हुए और एकदम से आग लग गई. आग लग के जैसे धुआं का गुब्बार उठा ना वैसे उठा. इतने में गाड़ियां आपस में भिड़ती रही.
ये इस पानी में लाई लग गई थी. सामने एक नायरा का पंप है, उस पर लाई लग गई. वो खड़े मतलब आग पकड़ ली थी. फिर हमने यहाँ पर आग पर काबू पाया सिलेंडर से. हमारी जहाँ तक दृष्टि गई थी वहाँ तक तो खेड़े में आग ही आग दिख रही थी हमें तो.
Even as Prime Minister Modi has announced ex gratia of 2 lakhs for the kin of the deceased and 50,000 for those injured. The Rajasthan Chief Minister Bhajan Lal Sharma visited those who were injured in the fire.
इस घटना में ताउत हुए उनको मैं संवेदनाएं प्रकट करता हूं और मैं हॉस्पिटल जाकर के भी आया हूं। घटना के लिए जो भी होगा हम जांच भी करेंगे, उनके इलाज भी करेंगे, जो उचित उनको सहयोग करना है वो भी करेंगे।
जब से सुना है हमने तो बहुत ही तकलीफ हो रही मन के अंदर। मैं समझता हूँ कि जो जिनकी मृत्यु होगी तो ईश्वर की प्रार्थना कर सकते हैं जहाँ शांति के लिए, उन परिवार वालों के लिए, पर जो लोग घायल भी है वो जल्दी तंदुरुस्त हो, उनका स्वास्थ्य ठीक रहे।
An unprecedented mishap in Jaipur that snuffed out so many lives, videos of which has left the nation numb. With Devankur in Jaipur, Bureau Report, India Today.